Good morning, children. Welcome to science class. Are you all happy? Are you uh, enjoy your weekend? Okay, I hope you were enjoy. Uh, then what had you breakfast today? Idli, dosa, chapati, rice, or so whatever it is. But then first you have to take your breakfast and then you attend the classes regularly in the morning time. Okay, so the food intake is very much important to the person, but the excessive food intake, so too much of food intake is leads to the problem. So today we are going to discuss about these things. Already we discussed about food preservation, food spoilage, and what are the purpose to preserve the food. So in last week we discussed these three things, and we come to know that food is very essential for human being. So whatever it is, food is essential, but it is too much of intaking food is lead to problem. So in Tamil there is a say, அளவுக்கு மீறினால் அமிர்தமும் நஞ்சு. So like that, if there is a no limit in food intake, so it will leads to the shortage of our life, and it will leads to death. So today we are going to learn about one of the medical condition, that is obesity. So obesity means overweight. So today we are going to discuss about obesity. Obesity is common in all over the world today because too much of unhealthy food, fast food intake leads to this obesity. So obesity leads to overweight and uncontrollable weight, and it leads to too many diseases, and sometimes it causes death. So we have to be very careful about these things. For that we are going to learn this obesity in your 5th standard class. So obesity means uh, abnormal or excessive fat accumulation or deposition. So accumulation of the body, fat body. So obesity is a medical condition in which excess body fat has excess body fat. So body fat has accumulated to the extent, அதாவது அளவுக்கு அதிகமான body fat வந்து extend ஆகிக்கிட்டே போகிறனால have an adverse effect on health, leading to reduced life expectancy. So normal life, if a person have to live 70 to 80 years, but our lifetime will be reduced due to obesity. Nowadays 40 to 45 years persons have died because of this obesity. Too many people were affected and they are suffering with obesity. So obesity results from excessive consumption of calories relative to energy expenditure for several years. So obesity does not happen in a single day. Obesity is happened because of excessive food intake and without no physical activities. So it leads to the because of these things obesity has happened. So obesity is most commonly caused by the excessive food intake and lack of physical activity, and also some genetic reasons. Genetically DNA protein arrangements, no, that genetic reason also involved in the obesity. So obese people take more food but work less. So always obese people, what they did, they take more food and they did very less work. When they eat more and work less, excess energy is accumulated as a fat. So excessive energy. So if we take food continuously, the food, the whatever the food we needed, it will be digested and it will be work in our body. The remaining food, the excessive food, the extreme and that over food will also digested and it will be stored at a fat in our body. So it creates problems. Obesity increases the likelihood of heart diseases, diabetes, and blood pressures. So the world, the today's world, expecting the big challenge. Otherwise, in the today's world, it undergoing a big challenge is obesity. So too many people in today worlds, we can see too many people are from childhood to old age. Yeah. So many people are affected by obesity. So next, causes of obesity. So what are the causes? So how to the obesity happen? So you know that. So first, overeating. Overeating means so always very like to, so foodie. They are nowadays they are called as a foodie. So foodie means they like to eat food very much. And then environmental factor. So the society, the family background, environmental background, it's always support to eat more food. Then medications, so taking tablets and medicines also leads to the obesity. Then family history, that is genetic family history. So family, in a family there is the mother was obese and the children also will become obese because of the habits and lack of exercise. So they didn't do any exercise. So today very people are very lazy to do the exercise. That also leads to the obesity. Then genetic. So genetic means in the DNA. So DNA also modified according to the modification of DNA, and the obesity also causes. Then pregnancy. So due to pregnancy also the obesity. So during pregnancy time, your mother or your sister, and they were pregnancy, at the time of pregnancy, and they are allowed to eat all type of food because of they are carrying a child, to improve the health of the child. The others advised to take more food. So because of that also the obesity causes. So due to these things, so what are the things? Overeating, pregnancy, environmental factors, medications, genetics, lack of exercise, and family history. These are the factors to become a obese.